It may be a surprise that one of the world's greatest riders passed through New Zealand recently, as little fanfare was made. On our shores was legendary South African jockey Felix Coetzee, who amassed over 3,500 winners, 75 at Group 1 and many of them in the competitive cauldron of Hong Kong. But he wasn't here for a holiday or to bask in the glory that a doyen of the game worldwide deserves. He certainly had business in mind.
I'm doing a bit with the Hong Kong Jockey Club at the moment, and they're looking at bringing back a 10-pound claimer, and they asked me to come and take a look at how Dylan's doing.
Far more than just a talent scout, Coetzee is now imparting his knowledge on a new generation of riders in Hong Kong.
I'm basically consulting for them. I go over there and I work with a couple of their apprentices there, and I've been fortunate enough to come here and take a look at Alfred, Chan and Dylan.
Mr. Felix Coetzee teach me how to riding, and just don't too fast the horses. Don't faster the horses. You need to follow the rhythm, and he teach me how to using the whip, follow the rhythm.
I can't say enough good things about him. Something I learned a lot from him on and off the track, and to me, I think even at his age, I think he could have gone another 5, possibly 10 years physically. But obviously, he decided that was enough, and the racing is hopefully never going to be lost to someone like him.
Coetzee brings a world of knowledge, not just from his race riding exploits, but also an upbringing through the South African Jockeys Academy to ensure his protégés are given a well-rounded look at race riding.
Hong Kong is quite unique in that, they start them off in an apprentice program, and that's going to start now in China, and they get them fit and, riding and so on. And once they're up to a certain level, then they'll send them around to New Zealand and Australia, whereas in South Africa, they're not really indentured to a particular trainer. They come from the academy and they basically freelance, and they're riding for everybody, and then they've got to prove themselves, good enough just to get rides.
Also of interest to New Zealand punters would be the progress of 2 riders who recently left our shores, Kay Chong and Jack Wong.
Kay's just ridden a winner again yesterday, and she's doing very nicely. She's very, very focused, very determined, hard work, and a tough cookie too. So it's going to get harder once she starts claiming 7, but she's certainly got the drive and the determination, and I'm really hoping that she gets the opportunities. Jack is doing nicely. He's a 7-pound claimer now. He's also got a bit to do in the saddle, but he's very diligent. He's an intelligent boy, and I'm hoping for some more improvement there.
The apprentices present and future would do well to listen to Coetzee, who spent a long span of his career in Hong Kong.
I rode there for 16 years, and it started off pretty tough for me. I wasn't doing well initially, and I just kept plugging away. You just got to be really resilient and take the knocks when they come, and just keep going at it, and at the end of the day, you got to win.
Win he did, including the first 17 starts aboard iconic sprinter Silent Witness, not just a champion horse, but a national hero.
The best in the world runs to him, goes by him. Silent Witness draws a length in front of National Currency. Silent Witness, what a champion!
Just purely a privilege. He was just, as you say, iconic, really, the horses like that come once in 10 jockeys' lifetime. So I was just the one to be the lucky one.
What would your fondest memory of Silent Witness be over his career?
Funny enough, it would probably be his day-to-day track work exploits, because it was just such an experience to be on him, with his strength, his perception of everything, his alertness, the power under you, that you just enjoyed every day, and was just awestruck by him as an athlete.
Fortune shone on him a second time when he partnered up with one of Singapore's finest gallopers, Rocket Man.
It was quite funny. I was at the airport in South Africa one day, going to take a flight to a small centre to go and race, and Pat Shaw phoned me and he said, I'm interested in you coming to ride for me in the derby here, and then I want to put you on Rocket Man at the same time. Typical Pat, you know, made like Rocket Man was the second most important thing, and of course I jumped at it. I was very fortunate to take over the ride, and wow, what a horse. I mean, I've never ridden a tough horse like this in my life, you know, to ride him in track work. He just trains you, he's so strong, and absolute war horse, soldier, whatever you can think, you know, machine, and a super horse to ride in a race, you know, just keeps on giving you more, and I believe he's still going and fit and well, so I'm really looking forward to him running again soon.
Over your career, any other favourite horses or race wins that stand out?
I was fortunate enough to win the Hong Kong Derby a couple of times, which was really important to me, and did me well. But you know, a good place in my heart is a filly in South Africa called Empress Club. She won the biggest race in South Africa as a 3-year-old. And as a filly, that was a tremendous feat. She was called Empress Club, and they used to call her the Galloping Gold Mine.
Empress Club now finding her best stride from Got the Giggles, and it's Empress Club. Now she's running too well. What a classy filly. She wins it by 3.
Coetzee survived in an atmosphere where some of the world's finest horsemen have plied and still are plying their trade, so he has seen many great competitors in the saddle, but amongst the best of the best, a few standouts.
In Hong Kong, certainly, it would have to have been there. Douglas White, you know, he's just supremely fit. He's such a professional. He's so dedicated. I mean, focus and dedication like that, it's just wonderful to see. And of course, you know, Joe Moreira, the guy's a freak. What he's doing now. You know, Zach Burton, very tough guy. Brett Preble, he's been very competitive there the whole time.
But Felix stood amongst those titans of the turf comfortably, a champion on the course, not to mention a fine role model off it.
True professional, and he was willing to help anybody at any stage. I rode with him in South Africa, not that he would remember. I was just a sprog coming up, and he was like him and a few other jockeys, but especially Felix being one of my idols. It was a pleasure to ride with him there, and then I got even more pleasure meeting him again in Hong Kong and competing against him. Sometimes beating him, but not very often, because he would be the most physical and strongest jock I've ever ridden against. Very good rider, excellent hands, just the perfect jockey really. Dedicated, you can't really say enough about him. Somebody that all apprentices really should model themselves on.